Your Japanese boyfriend hasn't called you back for 2 whole days. No texts, no calls, nothing. At this point, you are quite upset. Then finally your phone rings. He says, もしもし、すぐ電話できなくてごめんね。Hello, I'm sorry I couldn't call you sooner. But you are still angry. Couldn't he just text you to say he was busy? So you answer, 今忙しいから後で。Bye bye. I'm busy right now. Talk to you later. Bye. And click. Now, he's upset. The two of you stop talking. Before you know it, it's been a whole week. Finally, he sends you a long text message explaining what happened. He was dealing with an extremely important client, was under a lot of pressure, and couldn't call. Reading the message, you realize he wasn't ignoring you after all. So you decide to forgive him and call him. You wanted to say, let's stop fighting, and say, もう喧嘩を止めようよ. But instead of sounding relieved, he starts laughing. Well, why is he laughing? Did I say something funny? Actually, yes. You used the wrong word for stop. 止める and やめる both mean to stop, but they are not interchangeable. If you use the wrong one, your Japanese can sound unnatural or even confusing. So what's the difference between 止める and やめる? Let's find out. 止める and やめる both mean to stop, but in Japanese, they are used in very different situations. Here's the basic rule. 止める means stopping someone or something. やめる means stopping an activity or action that you're doing. Once you remember this difference, choosing the right word becomes much easier. Both 止める and やめる can be written with several different kanji characters, each carrying its own shade of meaning. But because dictionaries don't always agree on which of these kanji characters should be used for different meanings, I will just use hiragana throughout this video. Now, let's look at some real-life examples and explore the different meanings and use of each word. Let's start with some examples of 止める being used to stop something or someone in motion. あそこに車を止めました. I parked my car over there. You may have seen this example in a textbook before. Here, 止める simply means stopping the movement of a car. Now, here's a more interesting example. プールに沈むとき、息を止めてください. Please hold your breath before going underwater in the pool. 息 means breath, and in Japanese, you can use 止める to talk about holding your breath. You may be thinking, wait, I'm stopping my own action. Shouldn't that be やめる? That's a great question. Japanese uses 止める or its intransitive counterpart, 止まる for physical functions and reactions such as くしゃみ, sneezing, 咳, coughing, and 涙, tears. When you want to emphasize intentional action of stopping physical functions and reactions, you should use 止める. Here's another example. クラスメートのいじめを止めました. I stopped my classmates' bullying. In this case, you are stopping another person's action, which is exactly the kind of situation where 止める is used. So far, we've seen 止める used to stop movement of things, physical functions, and someone else's actions. Now, let's look at another interesting flavor of 止める. 止める is used not only to stop movement, but also to secure something in place. Let's look at some examples. この書類ホッチキスで止めてください. Please staple this document. When you hold something securely, using a tool or device, we use 止める. So when you use a stapler to staple sheets of paper together, you say ホッチキスで止める. Here's another interesting example. ワイシャツの一番上のボタンを止めるとかっこいいです. You will look cool if you button up the top button of your shirt. ボタンを止める means to fasten a button. The underlying meaning of these examples is to keep something fixed in place so that it doesn't move. Next, let's look at more surprising meaning of 止める. 止める means not only keeping physical objects in place, but also keeping your attention focused on something. 社長は山本さんの才能に最初から目を留めていました。The company president noticed the talent of Miss Yamamoto from the beginning. 目を留める is an idiomatic expression that means to notice. The underlying image is that your eyes stop on something because it stands out from everything else. スミスさんのことは気に留めていました。I was keeping Mr. Smith in mind. 気に留める is also an idiomatic expression. It means to care about, be concerned about, or keep someone or something in mind. In a sense, your attention stops on that person or situation instead of simply passing by. So, as you've seen, 止める can mean much more than simply stop someone. It can mean stopping someone or something from acting or moving, intentionally stopping a physical function or reaction, keeping something securely in place, or even holding your attention on something. Now, let's move on to やめる and explore the different meanings it can express. やめる is used when you stop your own actions, activities, or habits. For example, 今日は疲れたのでそろそろ運動をやめます。I'm tired today, so I'd gradually quit exercising. Here, I'm stopping my own exercise and not stopping someone else from exercising. Here's another example. 今年からタバコをやめました。I stopped smoking this year. やめる isn't limited to actions that are happening right now. It can also be used when you quit a habit. One more example. テレビを見るのをやめて日本語の勉強をします。I will stop watching TV and study Japanese. That's probably a good idea. In all of these examples, the common theme is that you are stopping what you are doing. But やめる has several other meanings and nuances as well. Next, let's look at another way やめる is used. やめる can also be used to cancel your plans or contracts as well. 雨なのでお祭りに行くのをやめました。Because of rain, I canceled going to the festival. Here, やめる means giving up a plan that you had intended to carry out. That's a shame, but an outdoor festival in the rain isn't very appealing. Here's another example. この携帯の契約はやめます。I'm gonna cancel my cell phone contract. In everyday conversations, やめる can also be used to mean canceling a contract, subscription, or membership. So far, we've seen やめる used for stopping actions, quitting habits, canceling plans, and ending agreements. Now, let's look at one final variation of やめる. やめる can be used when someone resigns from a position or to end something. For example, 山田さんが社長を辞めたのはいつですか? When did Mr. Yamada step down as company president? In this example, 辞める means to resign from a position. Here's another example. あのお菓子工場はこのチョコレートの生産をやめました。That snack factory stopped production of this chocolate. Here, やめる means to discontinue or end something. And if this happens to your favorite chocolate, that would be pretty disappointing. Let's look at one more example. ジョンさんは商売を辞めました。John closed his business. Once again, 辞める is being used to talk about bringing something to an end. In this case, it's a business. So, as you've seen, 辞める can mean much more than simply stop. It can mean quitting a habit, canceling a plan, ending a contract, resigning from a position, or bringing an activity or business to an end. Now that we've covered all the major uses of 辞める and 止める, let's see how well you've understood the difference with a quick quiz. Let's test your understanding with a quick question. How would you say Please stop that robot. Is it あのロボットを止めてください or あのロボットをやめてください If you need more time, pause the video and think about it. The correct answer is あのロボットを止めてください Why? Because 止める is used when you stop someone or something from moving or acting, while やめる is used when you stop your own actions or activities. Let's try one more. How would you say, I'm going to quit drinking starting tomorrow? Is it 明日から飲酒を止めます or 明日から飲酒をやめます The correct answer is 明日から飲酒をやめます because you're talking about quitting your own habit, not stopping someone or something else. Now, let's go back to the situation from the beginning of the video and find out why her Japanese made her boyfriend laugh. After receiving a text from her boyfriend apologizing, she decided to forgive him and said, もう喧嘩止めようよ. But now that you know the difference between 止める and やめる, you can probably spot the mistake. 喧嘩を止める means to stop someone's fight. 喧嘩をやめる means to stop the fight that you are involved in. So what she said sounds more like, let's stop someone else's fight. That's not what she meant. Realizing her mistake, she laughs and says, やだ、日本語間違えちゃった. Oops, I got my Japanese wrong. Then she corrects herself. もう喧嘩やめよう. Let's stop fighting already. Now, summarize quickly what we learned in this video. The core idea is simple. 止める means to stop someone or something. やめる means to stop something that you are doing. 止める can mean stopping someone or something from activities or movement. It can also mean intentionally stopping a physical function or reaction, keeping something securely in place, or paying attention. やめる can mean quitting an activity or habit, canceling a plan, ending a contract, resigning from a position, leaving an organization, or stopping a service or operation. Once you understand the basic distinction, 止める is to stop someone and やめる is to stop your action. Choosing between 止める and やめる becomes much easier. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss my new videos. You can also join my daily quizzes in the post section. Check out my Udemy courses for Japanese learning as well. Links are in the description below. Thank you for watching.